Hi, people. Happy new month. Happy to be back with yet another message. This one I titled When God Decides to Put You at a Disadvantage. And the inspiration for it came from the book of Judges. So, brief story uh, God decides to send Gideon, his servant, to fight the Midianites who had been torturing the Israelites for a long time. And through a series of signs that Gideon asked for, God proved to him that he was with him 100%. He had his unconditional support. So Gideon decides to go on this mission, on this journey, and he has 32,000 soldiers with him. But listen, this is what God says to him. And the Lord in Gideon, in Judges chapter 7, verse 2, God says, "And the Lord said to Gideon, the people who are with you are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel claim glory for itself against me, saying, my own hand saved me." Whoa. God says the Israelite army is too big because he doesn't want them, to win the battle and then think it is because of their numbers. It's because of their own strength that they win this battle. And I'm going to stop right there and relate it to our everyday lives. Maybe you think that you were born into a poor family. Maybe you think that because of your background and your lack of an education, you are going to die a nobody. Maybe you think that you're going to amount to nothing. Maybe you think that because right now you are suffering from an illness, that is it for you. Maybe you think that because you are at a certain age and single, not married, that's it for you. Maybe you think that because you are already too old to have kids, that's it for you. But I'm here to tell you, God sometimes will decide to put you at a disadvantage because he wants to take the glory at the end of the day, because he wants to teach people a lesson, because he wants a testimony to come out of that situation. If you were born into a privileged family, maybe you are a very attractive person, maybe you have everything working together for your good, and then good things happen to you, nobody's going to say anything about it. It's going to be just a very normal thing. But imagine having all those bad things happening to you, and at the end of the day you come out of it victorious. What is going to happen? People are going to talk. People are going to wonder, where is all of this coming from? Who is the author of this? How did this person get to where they are now despite their circumstances? And that is how God gets the glory from our shortcomings, from our disadvantaged positions. And that is exactly what he's trying to teach us from the book of Judges. Now, he begins by saying that he tells Gideon how to eliminate the people who are not supposed to go with him. And so the people who were afraid, Gideon tells them, if anybody is afraid of going on this mission, let them begin to back out. And guess what? 22,000 people backed out just out of fear. And this is to say again, not everybody is going to come on your journey with you. Not everybody is going to be with you when God decides to take you to another level, to take you to the level of your blessing. People are going to back out. People are going to back down. Not because they hate you, not necessarily because they're jealous of you, but sometimes it is just because of their own personal fears. Okay? So when that happens, do not be worried, because know that God is, taking out people from your life for a reason, because he is taking you to another level. Now, the first 22 people are out, right? Now, God said, and now we have, initially we had 32,000 people. Now we have, now we're left with, 10,000? I think. Do the math. I had a U grade in math. Anyway, so, and then God tells Gideon you know, you're going to go to the river, and the people who are going to drink water while on their knees, you're going to put them on one side, and the ones who are going to drink water while lapping, you're going to put them on another side. And so 300 people drank water, you know, while lapping, and those are the 300 people that God chose for Gideon to go on this mission with, to go on this journey with. Just 300 people out of 32,000 people that were there initially. I mean, who goes on that kind of a battle with just 300 people? But that is how God operates. God will decrease your advantages. God will put you in a situation that, you know, normal human beings would see as crazy. But then that is God. That is how he operates. His ways are not our ways. You know, people will not understand the way he operates until, you know, we get to that final stage where it's like, wow, so this is it. This is why God wanted, you know, things to happen for me this way. So the other thing is, Gideon was afraid, obviously. I mean, he had his fears, and God knew that. God knows that you are just human. God knows that you're going to have your fears. But the thing is, when he is taking you to that place, he is not going to leave you. He's always going to be there to encourage you. He always has, you know, little things, little messages for you. He always has people that he sends to you to encourage you while you are going through this journey. He is not going to, you know, let you be on your own. And that's why at the time when Gideon was afraid, sorry, I'm sweating. That's what happens when I'm passionate. Okay. What was I saying? So, yeah. So Gideon was afraid, and God knew this. So he made him go somewhere. And as he was going, he overheard two people speaking. One was telling another person about a dream he had, you know, and the other person interpreted the dream by saying that is Gideon, you know, and the Israelites defeating the Midianites. And whoa, Gideon had a lot of courage. You know, his courage just went to another level, because he knew that was a message from God. He knew that was God confirming once again that he was with him. And so, you know, he could go to battle without any fear. And so he came back and he assembled his troops, and, you know, they went out to battle. So that is what God will do for you. You know, even when he sends you on difficult missions, even when you're going through a situation that seems impossible in the eyes of men, even when, you know, you find yourself in a desperate state of mind, God is always going to be there, you know, encouraging you, sending you words of motivation, sending people into your lives to hold your hand and say, no, it's not over, you know. This is just the beginning. God has the final say. He's just that faithful. So they go into battle, and what does God do? He has them, you know, hold torches in one hand and trumpets in another in another hand. I mean, who does that? Who goes to a battle with a trumpet and a torch? Again, God's ways are not our ways. You know, when he wants certain things to happen to us, people would think we're crazy. The way that he makes us do certain things would look crazy to the normal eye, to, you know, the lay person. But when we have faith, when we trust God, you know, we will go that extra mile and do the seemingly crazy things that he wants us to do, because we know that he has our best interests at heart. So what happens is that they go with these, you know, torches and these trumpets, and when it's time for battle, they blow their trumpets. They blow the trumpets, and what happens? The Midianites turn and start fighting each other. They start fighting each other. And that is what God is going to do. He's going to confuse your enemies. He's going to confuse the people who are against you. He's going to confuse, those who are not for you. So just stand firm in your faith. Just believe that, God has your back. Just believe that God has your best interest at heart. Just believe that even though you find yourself at a disadvantaged position, you might not be the most beautiful, you might not be the most handsome, you might be sick, you might be ill, you might be, I don't know, not the most educated, you might be unemployed at this point in time, you might be, at an advanced age and not married. You might be at an advanced age and you have no children. You might be having problems in your marital home. You might have lost someone, close to you. You might be suffering in your spiritual life. I mean, you might have whatever it is that you're going through right now that makes you think that you are at a disadvantaged position. Just remember, my brother, my sister, my friend, my mom, my dad, just remember that God is doing this for a reason. He is putting you at this disadvantaged position for a reason, so that when your breakthrough comes, you don't, brag about it and say, oh, it is thanks to me. It is because of my strength. It's because of my intelligence. It's because of my beauty. It's because of, my looks. It's because of my smarts that I was able to get this. You will be able to say, oh my goodness, I had nothing to do with this. I did my part, because obviously God requires for us to do our part. But then God, being the God of miracles, did the rest, because that is just how He is. And I'm going to, finish this by reading this passage again. And the Lord said to Gideon, the people who are with you are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel claim glory for itself against me, saying, my own hand has saved me. Your own hand is not going to save you, because God is a God of miracles. His hand is going to save you. Even if you're at this disadvantaged position, remember that God's hand is working for your own good. And things are going to come to pass at the right time, in His own perfect timing, because He is the author of time. I hope this message blessed you. I think it was kind of all over the place, but you got it. Okay. God bless you guys real good.